This is true story of CIA agent who find the world's most wanted terrorist, Osama Bin Laden, and conduct operation to kill him in his house. 2 years after September 11, CIA black site. Dan walks into a dingy room where a terrorist financier, Amr, is being held captive by several other CIA members wearing balaclavas. He makes the rules clear. If Amr doesn't look at him when he's being addressed, Dan will hurt him. If Amr steps off the mat he's on or lies about anything, Dan will also harm him. Dan has Amr put in further restraints and beckons to one of the masked individuals to follow him outside. He orders his men not to talk to Amr. Outside, the masked individual removes her cover. She is a young CIA agent named Maya. He apologizes for how intense the interrogation is because she has only recently come from Washington. Dan explains that their process takes a while because Amr needs to know how helpless he is. He offers to get her coffee, but she tells him that they should go back in. The pair go back in. However, Dan also makes it clear he doesn't want to talk about September 11. And he wants to know about the Saudi group. Amr refuses to talk, so Dan's men set up mats as Dan forces him to the ground. Maya hands Dan a bucket and a towel so that Dan can waterboard him. He asks for an email and demands to know when was the last time Amr saw Bin Laden. At the end of the session, Dan makes it clear that in the end everyone breaks. Maya sits in a waiting room. Dan brings their boss, Station Chief Joseph Bradley, to meet her. Bradley buzzes her into a secure wing and Dan asks if Maya is ready. But Bradley just points out that the CIA needs to break in the next generation. Maya settles into her desk and waits until she is brought into a small conference room where fellow CIA agents Jessica, Jack Thomas, and JJ are working on the latest intelligence reports. May 29, 2004, a group of Al-Qaeda terrorists unload guns on civilians in Khobar, Saudi Arabia, targeting non-Muslims and Americans. Jessica, Dan, and Maya watch the footage in the aftermath. Jessica tells Dan that it's not on him, but Dan insists that since Amr is their prisoner, the deaths are on him and Maya. Jessica points out that there are still other plots in motion that they can wring out of Amr, including a planned attack in the London Heathrow area. Maya realizes that since Amr has been in complete isolation, they can lie about the outcome of the attack and claim that it was thwarted by Amr in his sleep-deprived state. Amr is brought out of his confinement and informed that his intel was good. Dan asks what Amr did after the invasion. Amr says the choice was to fight or run, and he wanted to kill Americans. He continues to talk about the members of the AQ cell. Finally, Amr gives them a name, Abu Ahmed. Maya watches a computer monitor and studies old interrogation tapes, looking at each of the suspects and studying their stories. Allegedly, Bin Laden uses a complex network of carriers to relay messages to his supporters. Maya takes this information back to Bradley and gives him a report. Bradley points out that her hunt for Abu Ahmed has been fruitless because she doesn't know his real name or where to find him. She retorts that the fact that everyone has heard of Abu Ahmed means that he is important. He tells her to let him know when there's actionable intelligence so that they can order a strike. London, England, July 7, 2005, a double-decker bus explodes. News footage of this latest AQ attack plays out on Bradley's computer monitor and in Maya's kitchen. At Bagram Air Force Base in Afghanistan, Maya is escorted into an IC detention center in Pakistan. Her detainee is cooperative and tells her everything she wants to know about Abu Ahmed, a most trusted courier who cannot be found because he is one of the disappeared ones. The Muslim women are revealed to be soldiers who grab Faraj and swarm him, rifles pointed at his chest. Bradley presents Maya with paperwork and tells her that she has a one-on-one with Faraj. He is a difficult prisoner. So Maya asks Dan if he will take a crack at Faraj, but he refuses, saying he's done this long enough. He's getting sent back to Washington and do something normal. He asks her to come back with him and be his number two. But she says she won't find Abu Ahmed from DC. In September 20, 2008, Marriott Hotel, Islamabad, Pakistan, Maya meets Jessica in restaurant. Maya makes it clear that Abu Ahmed's is the importance. Maya tells that Abu Ahmed been caught. We will also get location of Osama Bin Laden. Suddenly a bomb blast outside the Marriott and destroying most of the interior. Maya and Jessica survive the blast, but many staff and diners have been killed or wounded by the bomb. After some time, Jessica tells Maya that there is a doctor who treats Al-Qaeda peoples. He is ready to give information. Jessica tries to get the doctor to come to Islamabad, but the doctor refuses. That traveling out of the Muslim world would make him a risk. They decide to meet in Camp Chapman in Afghanistan as a safe area of compromise. Jessica and the other interrogators wait out on the base. A car appears on the horizon and gets stopped at a checkpoint. Jessica insists that he should not check through the checkpoint without being searched. The car is driven in and an old man gets out. When the soldiers ask him to take his hand out of his pockets, he begins to mumble Allahu Akbar and detonates a bomb, killing everyone in the vicinity, including Jessica. Maya hears the news about the bombing and is distraught. After this, she gets update that confirmed Abu Ahmed is dead. Maya is on the edge of a breakdown. That night, Jack approaches her to console her about Jessica's death and asks what she's going to do now. She tells Jack that she's going to kill out everyone involved in the operation and kill Bin Laden. After some time passes, her co-workers approach to Maya. Maya is given a file on a man called Ibrahim Said, whose extended family was involved in terrorist activities. Maya goes over the Abu Ahmed files one more time and realizes that Said and Abu Ahmed have many similar facial features due to their family relations. Maya calls Dan in Washington and points out that Abu Ahmed might not be dead, since the three eldest brothers looked same. The picture they've been associating with him is wrong. Abu Ahmed is still in play. She asks him to get the Said family's phone number. Dan goes to Kuwait to meet the prince and buys him a Lamborghini in exchange for the phone number and track the number location. Then Maya approach the Bradley and tell him to give 4 technicians in Rawal and Peshawar. Now their men start the search for Abu Ahmed, but they do not find him. After few days during searching, they find a car in which Abu Ahmed was there. They take his photo and note car number. After hearing this information, Maya gets happy. First time she got a success. In Pakistan, Maya is attacked, but she survives because of bulletproof car. In Pakistan, everywhere CIA spies spreaded. They follow Abu Ahmed and find his house location. After that, there is a CIA meeting then which they show a model of house and tell that the house is fully secured, and near that house, there is Military Academy of Pakistan. The director says that he needs every information about people live in that house, but Maya want to attack on that house, but she doesn't get permission. Now CIA start to spy on that house though satellite. 100 days passes. Still, they don't get permission to strike. They tell the director that in the house 2 men, 3 women and 7 children, but there is 1 man who never sees much. They have no internet and telephone connection in house, and they also cannot test their garbage because they burn it in their yard. CIA director tell them to make a plan. Area 51, Nevada Air Force Base. George, Dan, and Maya are flown out to meet with SEAL Team 6 and look at several helicopters being refitted to be immune to radar. Maya explains that they are actually going after Osama Bin Laden. Patrick, the squad leader, expresses his skepticism, but Maya makes it clear that Team 6 will find Bin Laden and kill him for her, since she can't get authorization to simply drop a bomb on the place. Day 129. The CIA director calls a meeting with George, Dan, Maya, the Wolf, and a consultant named Jeremy, and they try and determine how accurate their intel is. Dan says there's a 60% chance there's a high-level target in the house. He doesn't know if it's Bin Laden. George says 80%. But Jeremy asks Maya what she thinks. Maya says 100%, which impresses Jeremy and the director. May 1, 2011. Forward Operating Base, Afghanistan. Maya gets a call from George. It's happening tonight. Team 6 board the 3 helicopters and fly out toward the compound. When they arrive, one of the helicopters is caught in a severe updraft, and it crash lands onto a section of the compound. The soldiers are a little banged up, but they are alive. They exit and begin to go through the compound. Going from building to building, the SEALs kill anyone who goes for a gun. They round up the kids and put them together in a room with the women. While more and more local people head toward the compound, Hakim walks out and tells the approaching crowd, first with a megaphone and then without, that they will be killed unless they stop. They do not stop until he repeats his order in English. Justin finds an office loaded with files and computers, an intelligence jackpot. Patrick and the others continue through the main building. Jared, one of the other soldiers, is approaching the 3rd floor and softly calls out Osama repeatedly until a man appears. He quickly takes a shot and the man falls. Patrick walks up to the body and plants a few more bullets into it, removing his mask and radioing in that they have a possible positive ID. He takes a picture and they put him in a body bag. Their squad commander radios in and tells them that they have 6 minutes to get back to the helicopters with the body. and whatever intel they can seize, as the Pakistan Air Force is responding to the crash. Maya receives confirmation that the plan worked with the code phrase "Geronimo for God and Country." The SEALs grab what they can and escape to the remaining 2 helicopters. The downed helicopter is rigged with explosives, and they take off and detonate, so the cloaking software and other advanced technology aboard can't be seized. The helicopters return to base and Patrick is congratulated for running a successful operation. Maya is presented with the body and the intelligence they seized. The SEALs congratulate themselves while Maya goes in to unzip the body bag, confirming that Bin Laden is dead. A plane is waiting for Maya on the tarmac, and she is told that she is the only passenger. She can go wherever she wants. The pilot comments that she must be really important, but he doesn't know what she's done. As the plane's hangar door closes, Maya begins to cry,